we'll see in a moment, I suppose.
Did you stop the stream and restart the
I
stream?
did restart the stream, yes.
Right, okay. I can see you.
Okay, does that work?
I'm trying to pull it up with my mad stream latency on my iPad to see if I can hear it.
Wild.
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay.
And I can hear the game.
You can see gameplay and all
I
that?
can hear myself, and we're all about the same level.
Excellent. This is good.
As far as I can tell.
Cool. Alright. In that case, we might actually get started then. So, welcome everyone. This is Crash 2. The sequel to Crash Bandicoot 1 that we played last time, albeit in a language that we can all understand this time. So, sorry Matt, you do not get localized Japanese crash noises.
Instead, they're localized to English.
It's true, they are. Yes.
It's important that I understand exactly what noise Crash is making.
I mean, there is some deep Crash lore that we're about to experience here. It's almost as deep as the Crash 3 lore.
So 1 year later.
Yeah. So this takes a year after the original game. And everyone hates Cortex because he's a tosser, he's not very good. We suddenly have Engine, who is just zipped in from the ether for seemingly no good reason.
You fool! Do you think I'm unaware of the situation? If we don't have any friends left on the surface, then we need to find an enemy.
Ooh, who could that be? Alright, here we go. Deep Crash Bandicoot lore.
Crash,
It is fascinating.
my battery is fried. Make yourself
So
a
Twitch is obviously fine.
battery for me.
But my Google Meet stream stutters something hilariously.
Right, okay. So,
But I
welcome to
might
Crash
change the
Bandicoot 2.
windows around, so I'm watching the stream instead of the live feed.
Fair enough. So this
But
is
I get
Crash 2.
audio.
It handles way less terribly than Crash 1 does. It is actually a joy to... well, that was woeful. A joy to actually handle. Crash does not handle like a runaway tractor trailer, which is pretty sweet, honestly. So the lore of this game is that Coco, our sister, has a laptop. The battery's dead, and we're going to go and get one. Except we're a marsupial, which is an animal not famous for being, or a class of animal not famous for being particularly smart. So we're not actually going to get that battery. That is the extent of the deep lore of Crash Bandicoot 2. This guy's a tosser, and he wants us to get crystals.
Surrounding you are a series of 5
I don't understand why we couldn't use the crystals to power the laptop. Like 25 of them is enough to build a laser that blows up a spaceship. Surely one of them is enough to power a laptop. I don't understand.
Obviously, Cortex, he made us.
Yes.
I understood this from Crash 1
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
deep Japanese lore.
Yes.
So Cortex made us into a semi-intelligent creature,
Yes.
able to run and jump and spin. All of the basic food groups.
Yes, indeed.
So, but we like fought him for reasons.
We did indeed, yeah.
Why are we helping him in this game? Why the 180? Why are we getting crystals?
that is a great question. I do wish I actually had a good answer to that, but I don't know.
Ran past the checkmark box and that.
I
disturbed me.
have, yes. You'll actually see why soon. I think it's all because Cortex sort of pinky promises that he's totally a good guy now, and he's here to help us out with these crystals or whatever.
And we just fall for it.
Oh yeah, because again, marsupials not good at being sensible or getting laptop batteries.
Now, when did this game come out?
There we go. We can skip that. 1996 or 7 or something like that. I don't know. So you're not supposed to be able to do this, but with the glitched high jump, you can just jump out of it. You're supposed to kill a bunch of mold things.
So, if okay,
But we don't want
so
to do that. So, yeah, this game introduces color gems that are different. So this blue gem is from getting none of the boxes in the level. How many levels before? Okay. There's another thing we can do in this game which is really cheeky, so we're going to do it.
Okay, we
which
like
is
cheeky.
Quite cheeky, quite cheeky. I don't know quite how this got through Q&A, but I want to show it to you because it is a bit daft. If you game over, you still keep all the crystals and gems and things that you collect.
Right.
It's a little bit facile to do it in this level because you get the gem right at the end, of course. But I sort of want to show it off, and I don't want to keep doing it all the time. The speedrun makes extensive use of it because most of the time the crystal's sort of halfway through the level, and if you just die a bunch immediately after that, then you only have to do effectively half of the levels.
Yes.
So this one should give us a game over. Oh man, Ben, I'm so bad at Crash Bandicoot.
I'm done.
Oh,
You
I
died.
game overed
You
on
just
the
kept
first
running into
level.
that guy. It's
Oh,
such a hard
man.
jump. You'll
So,
get it next time.
I'm now going
You'll
to hit
get
continue. And I'm just going to do another level, and we'll demonstrate something a little bit odd. Oh yeah, this is Cortex getting angry at us because we didn't get him a crystal. If you do it enough, he just gets super pissed at you and refuses to talk to you for a while. It's wonderful. So let's do another level. So note at this point, we do not have the blue gem or crystal from Turtle Woods that we did pick up. But if we do say Snow Cone and finish that, we should just get them all at the end. I don't know where Crash keeps all of these things, but
are you duplicating crystal?
no, I'm not duplicating crystals. It keeps the stuff from your inventory. So it knows that I've picked up a crystal and a blue gem. It just forgets to get rid of that once I game over, which I'm sure it should do. But it
But are
doesn't.
you moving the crystal and the blue gem from that first level to this level?
No, you'll see what happens in a second.
Okay.
So I'm just going to ice physics.
Ice physics are best physics.
They totally are. That was not great, but that's okay.
Now, I have a deep question for you while we wait to find out about this thing.
Go for it.
So the story of this game, there's a major plot hole.
Wow, that was really not good.
Get good.
Ice physics. I'm absolutely just blaming ice physics. Don't worry about it.
So, why did Crash not just buy a battery off Amazon like a sane person?
I mean,
Amazon was founded in 1994.
That's a very fair point. I would again throw out for you that marsupials are not very smart, and laptop batteries and common sense not their strong suit.
I mean, Coco seems pretty smart. She's smart enough to have a laptop.
This is true. Crash, however, is just a complete reject and doesn't know how.
Okay. Then why did she put him in charge? It makes no sense.
Because he is her onii-chan, and it's deep Crash lore. Don't worry about it.
Also, most laptops run without the battery fine, and they need
no,
power to
don't
charge
worry
the
about
battery.
it. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay. I promise to not overthink replacing the laptop battery.
I mean, that is the entire plot of this game. I feel like it would be hard to overthink it.
True.
Alright, so this red gem here, you are not supposed to be able to get, but if you do a little cheeky thing, like, let's see if I can get it. Like, that,
I have to watch you do it and fail, and then do it and fail again. It's great.
No, we're gonna get this. There we go. Okay, so you are absolutely not meant to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how that missed QA, honestly, but it did.
Because that's the kind of thing that QA should have sat there and tried that a million times.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that it really was, like, just out of reach.
Yeah, like if you saw it, it was actually sort of moving up and down ever so slightly. You do have to time it right so that the body slam hits just as it sort of hits the low point. Otherwise, you just will not get it. It is like pixels in it. But you totally can do it, and that saves a whole bunch of time later on. Because you're not supposed to be able to get that until like the third warp room, I think. Because this game introduces secret entrances, which is pretty neat.
It was probably like, 4 o'clock on a Friday and someone just wanted to go home.
I mean, fair.
The QA department. Like, I've done that before. I've filed bugs as fixed without testing them.
Wow. Okay, that was super.
I'll be like, I knew that. I know that it'll work. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's real embarrassing when you get it wrong. And it's like, didn't you test this? And you're like, yes. but it's broken in such a way that if you were to do even the remotest of testing, like you would have found that it was broken.
Yeah. Look, this is one of them. We don't worry about it. It's fine. All right.
I admit some of the pathing seems obtuse to me. Like, why did you go and break the crates on top and then go down and collect the other crates?
Good question.
Were they not
because
there until-
They were not there. There is an activation crate that makes the sort of wireframe boxes appear. Okay, so we're now going to get a bunch of crystals that we shouldn't have. So, crystal from Snowgo. Then we have the crystal from Turtle Woods that you see actually moves over to where it should be. Gem from Snowgo. Other gem from Snowgo. Then clear gem from... Oh, blue gem from Turtle Woods. And because of course we didn't get the clear gem. Yes. So there we go. We have stuff that has just been stored between game overs, which I'm sure should now happen, because that means you can just get stuff from levels without actually beating them.
That is interesting that the animation works on that.
Yeah,
Because
it's really odd.
they have to find that gem
I know.
needs to move to that point, and they've done a transform, like, in their engine to move it.
Yeah.
As opposed to, it's just a fixed animation. Because you could do that in this kind of game. Like, it's only going to play at one resolution. You should only ever get the gems when you exit the level. It would be arguably easier to just say...
Oh, Deep
only
Coco still doesn't have a laptop battery and she's pissed and wants us to get it. Also, Cortex is bad and she's trying to warn us of that, but we are a dumb marsupial.
So, she hasn't got a laptop battery.
How is she contacting us? I know.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was just thinking. Like, how is she using the face holograms?
See, I can answer that for you.
And why can't she power her laptop?
She is hacked into the laptop battery. Sorry, hacked into the hologram projector.
I'm having mad flashbacks to Kung Fury and just hacking through time.
Yeah, this is a lot like that. So this game introduces something that you see in later levels, later games, which is the idea of a time trial. If you do this bit fast enough, you get a gem. And we're going to have a go at it.
Now, to clarify, you are playing this on the PlayStation 2.
No, I am playing this on the PlayStation 1. So I'm not
Sorry,
setting...
the PlayStation 1, sorry.
Not setting any speedrun records. Hello? Not setting any speedrun records here today, so no fast disc.
Did you just run past the blue gem there?
I did, yes. So
Was that intentional?
That is intentional. I can't get the relic gem now, but that's okay. So in this game, there's platforms like this. So this is a bonus round platform, which does not give us save points. Fortunately, they put in a proper save system in this game. They were allowed to because they were allowed to assume that everyone had a memory card. Whereas they couldn't do that with the original. Yes, there's also death platforms, which are available to you if you make it to that point in the level without dying, and those coloured gem platforms which open up if you have that coloured gem. So we have the blue gem, so we're able to access that blue gem platform. Okay. Other differences from Crash 1 include the bonus run crates do actually count towards the crate total. In Crash 1, they did not. I don't know how I got that wrong before. That was really quite terrible.
I died so many times to that movie, Mine as a Child. Child Ben sucked at judging where it was gonna go.
Right. This is all just, James is being way too cocky and he should probably pay attention to what he's doing.
Is that a thing, developmentally, I think, in children, that, gaining the ability to anticipate where something's going to go as opposed to where it currently is?
I mean, probably.
Because I feel like that's something that isn't, innate, that's a learned skill to be able to sort of...
Look, I mean, I would imagine so, but I don't actually know. I am not a child development expert, of course.
How dare you not be an expert in everything?
Well, I'm sorry.
This is
I
why...
can only cover 96% of human knowledge. I was nerfed in, the James 1.2 patch,
I retain you for.
Yeah, well, sorry, Ben.
It's okay.
Clearly you are wasting your money.
I demanded that Dan was nerfed again today.
Ah, fair enough.
He still has not been nerfed. He's still OP.
Yeah, well.
3 crystals. Not bad. I see you are getting the hang of it. I need to conserve power. I will communicate with you again after you retrieve the 5th crystal.
So, deep Crash Bandicoot lore there. We've retrieved 3 crystals, and Cortex is going to talk to us after he's got 5 because he's running low on power. Hence the power crystals.
Hmm. But we just got him 3.
Yeah, but we need 25.
But he started the game with 1. Like, if he can talk to us with 1 crystal and we just got him 3, then we've just bought him triple the minutes.
I mean, you'd think so. I mean, dude should just get an unlimited phone plan and be done with it, honestly.
I mean, if it's 1996, I could forgive him for not being able to spring for an unlimited phone plan.
I mean, did you see
Data
the
used
size
to be
of that
extra
crystal?
expensive.
You know how much a crystal like that has got to sell for? Like, surely, that's huge. It's the size of an entire Bandicoot.
True. But there are crystals that are basically worthless.
Well, I
in
mean,
our
this
world.
these crystals are potent enough to, like, blow up a planet if you got 25 of them. So presumably a chunk that large has got to be worth something.
Who knows?
I don't even remember which path the
Maybe
crystals
maybe it's like, you know, spent nuclear rods, right? Like, they're dangerous, but they're more of a pain in the ass. Like,
Well,
no one
that was
actually wants to
an
deal with
interesting
them.
interaction. I don't quite know what happened there, but that's alright.
What, were you got pushed by the bird?
I was pushed by the bird. That's never happened before.
I'm surprised the
I've
bird
never
could
done that.
push you like that without doing damage.
Well, they did. I had.
Oh,
a
did you
mask.
damage?
Yes. So this uses basically the Sly Cooper system of, like, you know, 1 hit ordinarily and you're dead, but you can unlock little thingamos. So in this case, the Aku Aku mask that is following me that let me survive a couple of hits.
I want to point out that that was only a thing in Sly 1.
Sure. So we're just going to skip out of that pit there because push button to have fun.
Yeah. Fair. I had such an urge to play Rack today.
I mean, you could have done.
Nah. I had to, like, spend time with my family. I know, what a noob. And then I was playing Minecraft with my friend.
Again,
Like, I have not had a chance to play Rack today. I have watched several other people play Rack today,
Nice.
but it's not quite the same.
That's fair enough. Again, I just want to stress, you're not supposed to be able to do that. I will show what is meant to happen on here, right? There's a whole bunch of these moles, and you're supposed to just sort of spin them all, because push button to have fun, right?
Yeah.
And then this mushroom comes up, and you can bounce on that to get out.
Right.
But that is slow and horrendously inefficient, so we just don't bother doing that a lot of the time.
Again, you gotta wonder about the QA because
Yeah. So
that feels like something that should have been caught.
it absolutely should. So this game has what is called the glitched high jump, right? Crash has a couple of new moves in this game. What's this cutscene? Right, this is Embryo. So deep lore. We collected a gem. Whew. This guy doesn't like Cortex, and he wants to blow him up. And the gems have the ability to make a different kind of laser that will blow up Cortex's ship. Because deep Crash Bandicoot lore, don't question it.
Cortex, you are my sworn enemy, and I will do
Indeed.
anything in my power.
Matt, he is a dopey looking dude.
He is a very doobie looking dude. Yeah. Yeah, we...
I like the anime eyes.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
I don't think anime eyes was the look they were going for.
They sort of were. So the original intended art style was very sort of Looney Tunes, cartoonish sort of thing. And I feel like, given the limited poly count they could actually achieve on a PS1, that's pretty impressive. Like, it's good enough. Yes, so the new moves that this game has, you can slide is the first big one. So let's just get out of here and I'll demonstrate it. So this is his normal running and there's a slide, right? He skids and there's this latency. You can see him sort of pause for the tiniest fraction of a second after it finishes. You can body slam, which is hit and circle in the air, and you can slide jump, which drops that sort of little stopped bit. However, if you slide and hit jump and spin at basically the same time, it does wacky things to your momentum and you go up higher than you should. I do not know why. Yeah, skidding and then spinning without holding anything on the stick also does weird things to your momentum. This game has some very funky things going on with its movement that I don't entirely understand. I just accept. Because sometimes it lets you do things that you're just not meant to be able to do. Oh my goodness. Man, it has been...
Jak and Daxter, I discovered. Like, Jak and Daxter 3, I think, has...
Jak 3, my dude, but yes.
Jak... Is it just Jak 3?
It is just Jak 3. So it's Jak and Daxter, Jak 2, Jak 3, then Jak and Daxter, The Lost Frontier.
Right, and we don't talk about Lost Frontier, as my understanding.
Don't we? Oh, I don't know. I thought we don't talk about Daxter, which was the PSP game.
Right. I don't know. Jak 3 then, because we got to be edgy with our name.
Oh yeah, totally.
Has a section just like this, I think.
Right.
Where you're running away from like a fixed... I think it's an enemy or something, but I'm like, that was clearly inspired by Crash. Was Crash the first to do the sort of isometric boulder rolly thingamajiggy?
Kind of. So when they were building this, they were like, 3D platformer, it's going to be great. And then they realized that, 3D platformers take all the challenge out of platformers. That was weird. I don't know why I didn't bounce there.
How do they take all the challenge out? Maybe it's because, like, I exist in the future, and there are challenging 3D platformers.
Yeah, so, you've got to remember, of course, that the PS1 had a limited poly count. There's only so much you can fit on screen. And
Yes.
If you have too much just space around the obstacles or such, like, it's easy to just walk around it, right?
Yeah.
And they found that because they were too limited in the PS1 hardware but still wanted to make large levels, it was too easy to get around stuff, right?
Right.
That was a very roundabout and poor way of explaining it. I'm so sorry. But the sum of that, sorry, the sum effect of that was they went, okay, if we're going to make a 3D platformer that feels open, we've got to take away dimensions, right? So in the first one, there were still side-on levels. It's sort of 2.5D, right?
Yeah.
You can still technically move forward, but you die. They also worked out that you can do things like taking away time. Time is a dimension, right? And in this one, they are taking away the ability for you to sort of go slowly and think about what you're doing. Which
This is removing time.
Yeah. So even though it is 3D, I can move back, like, back, right, left, forward, up, down. I'm disincentivized from moving backwards and forwards because there is no time element. I've just got to keep moving forward because there's a boulder, right? So there's a handful of levels that have things like that. They take a time element away from you, or they're sort of 2D in sections, or they shift the camera around to make it 3D, or things like that.
Yeah.
So it's a 3D game. It was one of the first to do that sort of thing because it was born from necessity. You had to do that to make gameplay fun, otherwise it's just moving around stuff.
We are not without
So,
enemies.
Deep Crash Bandicoot lore. Apparently all of the bosses that we fought in the previous game are now against Cortex.
Funny that.
And therefore against us. Except they're not against Cortex, they're with Cortex, and Cortex is lying to us, and we haven't picked it up because we are a dumb marsupial. Deep Crash Bandicoot lore.
But wait, so we're gonna. I assume we're gonna fight the boss.
We are now going to fight Ripperoo. Yes. No,
You're
mate,
secretly working
the
for
new Crash
Cortex.
has not come out yet. It's coming out on October the 2nd. I'm hoping to play through this Crash 3 and Crash Team Racing before it does, so I'm sort of up to speed on all my Deep Crash Bandicoot.
But why would Cortex want? Like, we're getting the power gems for Cortex. Why would he want to set his goons against us?
That's a great question. Deep Crash Bandicoot lore, don't worry about it.
Okay.
I mean, let's be real. This is a 90s platformer. The cool thing was that, it moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely going to stream the new one. I've been looking forward to a new Crash Bandicoot game since forever, basically.
So I'm guessing the new Crash Bandicoot game is getting a dual release on the PS4 and 5.
That's a good question. It's definitely being released on the PS4. I don't know if it's being released on the PS5 separately, but it will of course run on the PS4.
The PS5.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Honestly, I think this Ripperoo is much better.
Yeah, I
than
agree. They
Crash 1.
got much better at boss design in this game. There were a couple of cool ones in the last one. I think Embryo was actually a really neat idea.
Yeah.
But most of the rest of them were pretty meh. Like Papu Papu is the standard, like, you know, he spins around for a bit and then you jump on his head 3 times. I mean, at least the Japanese version mixes it up by making it 5 times, and also he gets faster. But
Papu Papu could have been in a Mario game. You know?
he absolutely could. Yes, he is, as it turns out, Bowser's like 19th child or something like that.
I see that Ripperoo.
Yeah.
It's all interconnected, you know, deep Crash Bandicoot lore. So yeah, this is Cortex telling us that we're good at video games, we beat the first boss, go team. Here's another warp room with another 5 crystals.
And this will create a power great enough to rip the Earth apart. Properly utilized, however, the crystals can absorb and contain the energy.
He's not a very smart cookie. He's just told us these crystals can rip the world apart, right?
I don't have much time to tell you this. You have to be careful. Trusting Cortex seems a little unwise. Crash, I can't keep the data path open much longer. Crash, you need to find...
I'm firmly convinced that last line where she gets cut off is Crash, you need to find batteries. Deep Crash Bandicoot lore, everyone knows that body slamming bears, I think it's 10 times, just gives you a whole bunch of life.
Really?
Yet you should try this in real life. It's right up there with pushing the truck in Pokemon to get a Mew.
Yeah.
It totally definitely works. Don't ask questions about it.
I feel like this is the kind of thing that animal rights activists get upset and boycott games over.
They probably do. Yeah. Yeah.
But it was the 90s and no one cared. It was a different time.
It's true. Oh man, ice physics.
James, the 90s were... Some parts of the 90s were 30 years ago.
I mean, yes. This is true.
That's forever.
Yes.
Literally my entire lifetime.
And more, yes.
Oh yeah. Plus some change, you know. Why were the 90s so great?
That's a really deep question. I don't have the answer to that.
I mean,
That
obviously
takes
the
on an obstacle
90s
path
were
that I can't
trashed
be
here
bothered doing.
in many ways, but...
I mean, yeah, obviously.
But there was actually a bunch of, like, really cool shit that happened in the 90s. You missed a crate.
I don't care. I missed a whole bunch of crates because there's that red gem path, which we shouldn't technically be able to access because we're not supposed to have it right now.
At least, I haven't been paying enough attention. Do they rub it in and drop all the crates you missed on your head?
No, they don't.
Right.
So you just don't get the gem. It's under the heading of not getting the thing is punishment enough. You don't have to drop 1,000 crates on your head, you know.
Okay. I do apologize for being a dumbass. I did warn you that my brain is foggy.
Oh, that's alright. Wow. Yeah. Cool ice physics. So this game has a cool thing, right? I'm stopped, and yet if I spin, I still have a little bit of momentum from before because it is ice physics. It's not great, but
Physics engines are hard.
this is true, and I mean, this game is pretty remarkable, all things considered, for what it does on the hardware it's running on.
Oh yeah. I mean, so obviously Crash is an outstanding point, but
I mean, there's
there are a
bunch
lot of
PS2 games even that look garbage by today's standards.
Yeah.
Wow, excuse me. But Crash, like the Crash games on the PS1 actually look pretty solid. So yeah, this level has like 124 crates. I am just not about that right now.
Yeah. But it's often the series and studios that like stood the test of time were the ones with some dope tech.
Oh, definitely.
Like, Naughty Dog knew how to program for the PlayStation 2.
I mean, and the
like-
PlayStation 1.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is a Naughty Dog game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Ah, right.
This is made by the same people who made Jack, you know.
Yeah. And, like, they just knew how to work with this kind of hardware.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was using Naughty Dog as an example and totally forgot that they developed this game.
Yeah, well done.
As I said, I am a dumbass today. Implying I'm not a dumbass every day, but, like...
Well, I mean, that's fine. That's why we keep you around.
It's just
Was
particularly
it this
bad.
one? Yeah, this is the one that has the secret area. Should I take the secret exit? Probably. Okay, so what I'm going to do... I'm still going to grab the crystal. But then I'm going to die, walk back to that checkpoint, and excuse me, and then I'll show you the secret exits of this game.
Right. I mean, you should always ask yourself, what action gives me more swag? And then do that.
Probably this, honestly. Okay, so there's the crystal. We're just going to die real quick.
Rip.
Yep, yep,
Big oof. Big F in chat.
yep, yep, massive Fs. Okay, so over here, instead of jumping on that, we are going to jump on these crates. Well, we're going to try and jump on those crates.
GG.
If we can platform.
Platforming
Wow.
in a platforming game?
Platforming in a platforming game, I know, right?
I mean, you've only got, what, 17? No, sorry, 22 more tries to get it right.
Yeah. Yeah, we may be here a while.
In before continue point.
It's been a long time since I've played this game, as it turns out. There we go. So if you
I
land on
assume
that,
it's easier if you land on all 5 than
I honestly have no
shortcutting
idea.
like that.
I mean, these games are not easy. Like, there is a reason why people were like, oh, Dark Souls of video games. Dark Souls of platformers, I mean. But, yeah, so this brings us to
Yeah.
the secret level, Snowgo. Which is not the secret level, it's actually the second level, but it has the red gems. You can see there's a secret entrance for level 7, where we're just at, level 14, and then there's the secret levels 26 and 27.
Right.
We don't actually need to do this path, but it is the only way to get back to the main warp room, so we're just going to dive in here for a moment. And we're immediately going to leave.
Cool.
There was no point to that other than showing you, hey look, secret exit. So, there you go. So, I believe that should keep the crystal stored in inventory. Oh yeah, no, it's actually, if you see there, drop the crystal off even though we did not complete the level.
Yeah.
So, here's another level where they take time as a dimension away from you.
The auto scroller.
Yep, much like the hog levels in Crash Bandicoot 1, this time we ride on a bear.
This is infinitely better than the hog levels.
Yes, it is.
Who doesn't love bears?
I mean, there's particularly bears that give you lives when you jump on them 10 times.
Oh, James.
Yes.
The footprints for the bear, I'm not sure they necessarily line up with where the bear's feet are.
Can I just throw it there? The fact that this game has Okay, well, I can't get the gem anymore, I don't care. The fact that this game has, like, bear footprints at all is kind of impressive, let's be real.
Yeah, okay. Maybe they line up?
They
It's really
line up-
hard to tell.
They
line
line
with the
up
front
well
feet,
enough that it does
I
not
think.
matter, right?
I always like to look out for weird little things like that. It's like foot sliding and how well your character's feet sit against stairs.
Yeah, fair. That's another
These
one
are-
that- and slopes as well, for that matter.
Yeah, these are all signs of, like, they went the extra mile.
Look, I mean, I'm just impressed that this game even has footprints, right? Because that puts it better than a whole bunch of other games from the day. I don't know why I'm
True.
spending this, I just have a compulsion.
But that was suboptimal.
It was.
You
what
lost
can I say?
like 5 seconds.
Oh, man. If only I was better at video games, I could play this game quicker and not get boxes.
I suggest you should just reset and start the game over.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I should do that now. I jest. So, here we have another one where they take time conversion away from us. It's another boulder chase level. So, I will... Oh my god. I was about to say, I'll try and not hit anything this time, but that dream's dead, I guess. Wow. I'm slowly starting to realise how spoilt I've been by playing the Insane Trilogy recently, because like the physics in this are definitely better than the original, but they're not as nice as Crash 3, which is what they modelled the Insane Trilogy on.
Yeah.
He's still much better, more responsive, does not handle like a tractor trailer. I don't even know why I'm doing this. I guess.
Is there a mattress with this?
A what?
I
mean
went
a
to say
masochist?
masochist, and I said masochist.
No, I'm very definitely not. I guess I'm just getting the gem. I don't know.
Look, the correct pronunciation for Macedonia is Macedonia, and that has like ruined my ability to say the word Mac.
I mean,
That's my excuse, and I'm gonna roll with it.
sure. Wow. I do love how expressive Crash is. Like, you can actually see him sort of,
Yeah.
like,
And he's looking back, and his eyes go wide, and
yeah, it's great. Like, the animations in this game are really nice. And they're different animations to the ones in the regular levels. He does not look back or freak out in the regular ones.
Honestly, it's the kind of touch that I miss in modern
I don't know
games.
if there was a box down there.
Like,
I don't think
PS1 games and PS2 games are so emotive in the characters
Oh, yeah.
in a way that modern games aren't.
Yes.
There's so many little, like, slight animation touches
You
that
just don't get
are
them.
endearing because there's, like, 4 polygons.
Yeah.
And you're like, it just makes the character feel so much more alive
Yeah.
and real. That super duper ultra
4K double
face
plus
capture.
remastered and Knuckles with the...
Yeah.
Just doesn't have it.
Yeah.
If
I
your
mostly
game
just
has
chalk
more
it down to like smaller development studios.
I mean, there's that.
Like, indie games are more likely to have the weird emotion than big studios. And I just get sad because all of the games that we really liked as children, if they're still being made, are now made by big studios,
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
a dozen people.
I mean, let's face it, if your game has more polygons than character, it's just not worth playing.
Yeah.
No more government subsidies for high poly count games.
I need to see the lines.
Yeah, yeah. If I can't cut myself on your main character, what's the point?
Yeah.
We want edgy characters that are literal edges, not like the metaphorical kind.
That's
Shadow's
where Shadow
only
the
cool
Hedgehog
'cause
went
you-
wrong.
The only reason why Shadow the Hedgehog is cool is because you can still impale yourself on his face.
Well, not really his face, because Sonic
you know
and
what I
Shadow is really if you run into the back of them. It's why they go so
guess.
fast, so that
It's
they
aerodynamic.
can't have a traumatic accident, you know?
Sure. Let's go with that.
So what are the things with spikes running around in the tunnels meant to be?
They're little armored rats. I think, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's this level where we get to be really cheeky. I could be wrong. Let's find out. Yes, it is. There we go. Okay, so
Wait.
Don't worry
That's
about
just
it.
not there.
It's not meant to be. It's a secret. Don't worry about it.
Right. So that door is intentionally not meant to have collision.
Yes, this is where you get the green gem.
Huh. So, are you meant to just know that that door doesn't have collision?
Yeah,
What?
don't worry about it. It's all good. Daijoubu
Okay. Sure.
This game uses nitro crates for markers more than hazards, honestly.
I mean, that's all they're really good for, right? Like, running into a nitro crate is just you being dumb. Like,
I mean, yeah, I guess. Unless it's in the Insane Trilogy, there is box RNG in that game, and it's just kind of no bueno. Let's see if we can get out.
wait,
safely.
box RNG?
Yeah, so look at these, right? You see how they bounce a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that one bounced really high because the two of them bounced at the same time. So the Insane Trilogy also has box RNG, like when they'll bounce,
Yeah.
except it's completely unpredictable, and sometimes it just jumps so high that it just hits you even when you're double jumping. So you could be in this cool scenario where you did nothing wrong, but because the box jumped faster than it is literally possible to react, you just die. So that's,
I don't know.
like, it's
It
not
sounds
great.
like you just need to get good casual.
No, this is not get good casual. This is actually just straight up bad. Right?
No. Pixar, it didn't happen.
I mean,
I don't care that I'm watching you destroy this game very, very quickly. How do I know you're actually good?
I mean, you don't. You just have to take my word for it.
See,
But
exactly.
like, let's be real.
Cite your sources.
Okay, sure. James 2020, Wikipedia 1996. There you go.
Okay, cool.
Cited.
I accept this now, and you
Good.
are
Cool.
indeed correct.
Excellent. I mean, I'm glad to hear it. Is it this way? No, that's the wrong way. Yes, here we go. There's our crystal. I think that's all the boxes so far.
So theoretically, you could beat this game, and so you could beat these levels and just not pick up the crystal.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but you just can't progress, right? So unlike the last game, beating the level does not actually let you progress. It is the presence of the crystal that lets you then move on.
I could imagine that would be. People could get confused by that.
Yeah, and even after all this time, there is still a level that I keep forgetting to pick the crystal up on. Actually, I don't
Yeah.
remember if there was stuff down here. No, there's not. Okay, that's fine.
Kabang.
Okay, so here's another example of them taking away a dimension, right? This is
Yeah.
now two-dimensional, if you think about it. We can't jump, we can't move up and down. It's just forwards, backwards, left, and right. And this...
Isn't this stolen from Mario?
Kind of. Mario had up, down, left, right, instead of forwards, backwards, left, right.
Right.
In like, Super Mario World and things like that. So in a sense, I guess you're kind of right.
I vaguely remember there being something like that in Mario 64, but maybe I'm just like,
I mean, this game...
you know,
also-
weird reality.
The first game
nothing.
in development was actually known as like a Sonic's ass game, just because like he looked kind of like Sonic because he was a polygon and an animal, and you just saw his ass the whole time.
Yeah.
So it's pretty clear where they got that idea from. So anyway, that's Warp Room 2.
It's on my to-do list to like play Generations.
Okay, fair.
I'm unsure if I want to stream it or not.
Yep.
You're on your way.
Which is where I am with like every game now. I'm like,
Point will be difficult.
do I want to just play this?
No,
Or do I
want
wanna
to
stream
I'm
this?
done. I want to fight the Komodo brothers now. I am going to save because sometimes this game does do funny things with some of the later bosses and levels. I don't quite know why.
Enter a name.
Yeah. Sorry, I
Brian.
panicked. It's the only name I could think of.
Okay. Sure. I'm gonna just assume you've named that after the legendary Brian David Gilbert.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, let's point out that's some of the hardest gameplay we've had yet.
True.
I had to.
What
think
is
of a
your name?
I had to use my brain, and I got it wrong.
True. You did.
Man,
But
I
the game
suck at
didn't
video
punish you
games,
for it,
what can I
so-
say? Well, I mean, it did. I will forever be known as Brian, and I can't ever change it. That feels like a pretty solid punishment to me, honestly.
Whoa. They won't let you change your name.
Nope.
But what if you got married or something and you needed to change your name?
Nah. No name changing allowed.
But that's legit something they like went through at university. It's like picking unique constraints. Right? Like in a database, you don't make someone's name the primary key.
You know,
because what if you need to change their name?
Same thing. Well, that too, yes.
And you could have two people with the same name, but yeah. James Pinkhair says, hardest boss in the game.
Oh yeah, totally.
Is he correct? Or is he a casual scrub lord?
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. So he's a casual scrub lord. I'm now deeply confused. Is this boss hard or easy?
No, not even a little bit.
So he's not hard.
No, not even a smidgen. He was one of my favorites back in the day. I really enjoyed the Komodo Brothers as a boss fight. I think, even though it's really simple, it's just more interesting than some of the Crash 1 bosses, honestly.
I like the atmosphere.
I like the everything, honestly. It is really easy, yeah.
Right. Yes.
Good show, Crash. The Komodo brothers obviously lacked your mettle.
Yeah, we've had enough of you. Thanks. Alright, so...
Ignore the random kappa at the end.
Noted.
So, emote spam.
This is the second level that features a time trial thing. It is noticeably harder and offers a yellow gem if you can get it right. Let's see if we can... Nope, we can't. Ah, well. I guess I'll do that the normal way this time.
I mean, you have 29 more tries.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the speedrun of this game is actually really... Like, it's really important that you don't get too many boxes, because otherwise game overing just takes way too long.
Yeah. Alright, random bit of trivia. I stole the GDQ Wings emote and I stuck it into my Slack
Nice.
channel at work.
Wow. That was
So it's I can use it at work as a Slack emoji.
nice.
Because what is copyright?
Yeah, no, we don't worry about it. I'm amazed at the number of people that are just like, oh, like, you know, the Australian government just sort of like suspended copyright during Corona. And I'm like, no, my dude, they did not. That's not a thing at all. But like,
So how are you meant to... Oh, okay, so you meant to do that. I was about to ask,
Not like
how
that.
are you
That
meant
was
to get past the wall and the spinny vortex?
well,
That feels
yeah,
like something you'd get stuck on.
you could well do.
But I guess by then you're meant to have learned how
Wow,
to...
that was incredible.
Rip.
Yeah.
Just eaten by a plant.
Yep. I don't know why I'm doing this. I can't be bothered getting the gym. Yeah, yeah.
Who gets? Now, I'm guessing that the plant is black instead of red to differentiate it from the identical plant that's in Mario.
Pretty much, yep. Fun one for you. The plant actually makes an appearance in Jack and Daxter.
Right.
In What's His Face's lab, there is a blue version of that plant just chilling in the corner.
Cool. I've never actually played Jack and Daxter.
So I think we're supposed to like do some platforming to get rid of them or something, but that's slow. We're just gonna power through it with a mask. If you're doing the yellow gem, you actually straight up need a mask to get through here because these guys will get you.
Right.
And I don't have a mask, so I'm not gonna run through because that would be dumb, obviously. But yes, the end of the level is there.
Cool. I do think it is satisfying that you get to blow up all of the nitro boxes and heal them go boom.
that's really nice. Game 1 didn't have nitro boxes and therefore no nitro activator.
Right.
And in Crash Bandicoot 3, it is possible to safely blow up nitro boxes with the Wumba Fruit Cannon. So if you blow up every single nitro box in the level and even collect the gem, if you hit the nitro activator switch, it still makes the explosion sound.
Right. See, I'm unsure how I feel about nitro boxes. Because I'm not a fan of bottomless pits. But a nitro box is really just a bottomless pit.
I mean, yeah, you're right. It is.
But I'm more accepting of the concept of a nitro box than I am the concept of a bottomless pit.
Okay. Why?
I'm guessing it's probably because it's smaller.
Sure, I guess. You can have small bottomless pits, though. But, like, really, what's the problem with the bottomless pits in this game?
I feel like this game has been much more, good. It's not the word I wanted, but it's the word I'm going to use. About its use of bottomless pits.
Okay. Sure.
But I don't know.
I genuinely don't know what you mean by that. Like, what is your objection to bottomless pits at the end of the day?
My objection to bottomless pits is that missing the jump should be penalty in itself. Like, it kind of feels like you're rubbing salt into the wound.
Sure. Okay.
This mostly comes from, like, Sonic games, where bottomless pits are just bad.
Sure, but I throw out there, this is meant to be a challenging platform. Right? Oh, I can't.
True.
Oh, those are some frames. Is it this way?
It's be a challenging platformer.
I don't remember which way stuff is in this game.
So you are pro bottomless pits.
I am not anti-bottomless pits, and I think there's an important difference between being pro something and being not anti.
I like the eel, the water eel thing, right? It'll still kill you and send you back to the checkpoint. But if you mess up your jump, you still have a half a second to, like, recover.
Sure, but...
Like, there's skill in the recovery as well.
I mean... I feel like that's still fundamentally the same thing, though. This is a game that... Oh yeah, I have 2 masks, don't I? Cool, okay. What was I saying?
We were discussing
bottomless pits versus eels. I mean, in either case, you make a mistake and you die. It's just a different kind of mistake, right? How is it any different?
Does Crash actually run any faster with level 3 mask?
Yeah, he actually does.
Okay.
And if he's on those sort of monkey bar mesh type things, he actually moves way faster.
Right.
By a massive margin. What's this cutscene? Oh, this is one with Coco.
Thank goodness. I hacked into Cortex's computer and found detailed schematics for an improved Cortex vortex and a suspicious-looking space station.
Okay, so it's now confirmed crystals are going to help empower this horrible evil thing. So
not necessarily.
Oh no, it's been confirmed, but can you guess what we're going to do?
Get more crystals.
You dang right we are.
Well, I thought Coco was just saying that it's confirmed that he's building a new warp thingy-majiggy, and he's got a weird-looking suspicious-looking space station. One, Coco, that's your opinion, not fact that it's suspicious-looking.
No, she hacked into his database or whatever it was, so she knows. It's confirmed. Everyone knows hacking, right? That's up there with like James and Wikipedia in terms of credible sources about Crash Bandicoot lore.
Yeah, but okay, hacking. So she knows that there is a space station.
Oh yeah.
But suspicious-looking is her own opinion. There are several legitimate reasons to have a space station.
This is a woman who is prepared to risk her brother's life to send him off to get laptop batteries, right? She is not one who trifles around with mere adjectives. You know, if she's saying suspicious looking, I'm sure she means it.
You missed the crate.
I did, I missed a bunch. So this level has another secret exit that we're going to take at the end.
See, I feel like this level has all the potential to be trashed here between bear physics and ice physics.
No, man, the bear physics are actually really slick in this game, I've got to say. The bear handle's really tight, right? And even the ice physics with the bear aren't too bad. You're right, it could have been trash, but it actually surprisingly isn't. It's a really nice handling level.
Because the difficulty about the bear is that obviously you can't stop, and you're moving faster than your running speed.
True. So if we jump on these
significantly
ice flows, and then onto here, we get to go to the secret warp room again, which is, again takes us to a level that I'm not actually going to do. So I'm going to have to jump into a level and then hop out again, but that's okay.
Oh. Suboptimal.
Yeah. What can I say?
Secret gem.
Yeah, so this takes us to the alternate entrance for Air Crash, which lets us get the other boxes that we could not get before. But again, that feels slow, and we don't want to do that. I mean, again, I've just dragged you into the secret warp room for no good reason, but deal with it.
I do remind you that I have to hard out by 11.
Yeah, I'm aware. Let's not go into that. We've done that.
I'm aware that the words hard out and kind of like are completely incompatible terminology.
I know. Particularly when we're talking about, you and I chatting. Like, that's just not a thing that happens. I'm going to save the game because it does sometimes hang on Road to Ruin for reasons. I don't quite know why. Man,
I do kind of like that between Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, and Sly Cooper. There's lots of little references to each game.
Oh, yeah.
And that there are references out to things like Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Like, the PS2, PS1 era was a bunch of really tight-knit games.
Yes. Wow. It was like a sort of knit ecosystem universe kind of thing.
Yeah. It's like everyone was like super proud to be on the platform together.
Yeah. I don't think I can get the gem in this one. I think there's an alternate entrance. Again, been a while since I've played it. So, these guys are interesting. They're the first enemies in the game that you encounter where you have to slide into them to kill them. You cannot jump them, you cannot spin them, you must skid. That there is a death platform I would have been able to get on if I didn't die like a scrub.
Right.
That was also
Yeah, good casual.
So, remember this little pattern of boxes for later on. It's going to make an appearance in the sequel to this level, Ruination, except it's terrible. There's probably some wild speedrun strat to go and get that gem over on the left, but I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to.
I forget if it was a Shrek game or a Tony Hawk game that had like infinite butt slaps to like have an infinite jump.
I mean, yeah, that does sound like either a Shrek game or a Tony Hawk game, and I really couldn't tell you which.
Yeah. There was a new Tony Hawk game the other day, and GDQ got to host like the launch event.
Oh, cool.
Like the go live stream with some speedrunners.
Nice.
From classic Tony Hawk games. I didn't catch it, but I thought that was pretty cool.
Okay, so this level has an interesting aspect to it later on that I'm going to mention.
This level is called Unbearable.
It is
Please
called
tell me the bear is in it.
Well, a bear is in it.
Perfect.
Yeah. We like our puns here in Crash Bandicoot Land. And
this
so...
is cool.
Wow, solid. This is, of course, just like another one of those levels where you've just got to keep moving. It's just, hold down and dodge around stuff, which I'll try and do a better job of this time. I'm sure I won't. This is also home to one of the most ridiculous and oh my god, one of the most ridiculous and counterintuitive secret areas in the game. Man, how am I so rubbish at this game? Wow, incredible.
Big off.
Big off.
Oof.
Thanks, Ben. Nicely done.
Oof. FF for Final Fantasy, or?
No, I think it's an F for all the Fs in chat.
Right.
It's like a multi-dimensional thing.
I can't remember. I think it's Keyzeron's chat that has auto mod time people out if they say oof for the meme.
That sounds pretty solid. and like a very Kizaron thing to do.
It's like a 69-second timeout too. It's
Nice.
like total memes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Could we maybe not?
At least you didn't die.
Yeah, I feel
Like
like
those things just cook your bum a little bit.
Okay, so here we go. Here's a thing, right? Tell me on what planet a player should have like any reason to go and do that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know, right? This
How the hell are you ever meant to find that?
this game is just like, man, don't jump in pits. It's no bueno. Except this one, don't worry about it.
The game has trained you every step of the way. That's just bad game design.
It really is. It's oh my goodness. Could I maybe not, please? Yeah, this is probably like the most objectionable secret level in the game. With wow, maybe the exception of one that we'll see later on to get the purple gem.
Like, other than, you know, your uncle that works at Naughty Dog, how are you ever meant to know that's there?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. That really is. Can I be bothered? No, I can't be bothered. Yeah, Matt, that is exactly the one that I was thinking of for the purple gem. It is just highly obnoxious.
The Nitro box on B level?
Yeah, you'll see.
Wait, there's 2 bonus stages in this level?
Yeah, so this is a regular bonus stage. You're supposed to know about this one. The
Right.
other one you have to do, the counterintuitive thing of try to die.
It does sound like the
See,
kind of thing, the other bonus level, that children brag about at the playground.
It does.
Being like, do you know about the secret bonus
I
level
know,
in
right?
Unbearable?
This game has a lot of them. Okay, so you remember how I mentioned before that, like, 3D gameplay, right? It presents these problems, and you have to take dimensions away from the player. One of the ways you can take dimensions away from the player is to give them an auto-scroller, like jumping on the bear that we had before, and another way is to have something chasing you to make you move forward.
Yeah.
Well, you're about to see in a moment that you can actually do something else as well. You can take away 2 tiny dimensions, as absolutely bizarre as that sounds.
They also take away another thing in these chase levels.
Which is?
Your control of the camera.
True, you don't have control of the camera in regular levels anyway, though, so that's really not a big deal. But anyway...
Oh, you don't? I'm so
no.
used to, like, dual stick.
So, we are now, one-dimensional gameplay, I think, because we're on an auto-scroller and there's a bear chasing us. That's how math works, right?
But...
Yes.
Okay, how the bear behind you
I know.
might as well not be there.
Yes. One-dimensional gameplay. Don't worry about it. Now, I didn't get the gem on this level, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run back here. Don't worry about it. And, yeah, thanks for the lamps. We're just going to jump on a bear again, because another secret level. Don't worry about it.
I can see that they are trying to train you
To go
on
places
these
that you should.
bear one to go backwards.
It's bizarre. So here is the first actual secret level of the game. It's called Totally Bear, which takes away another dimension that you previously had not considered. Your ability to see. So
Right.
we're moving quickly and you can't see, which is just like such a killer combination. This level has no crystal. It's entirely optional. I'm going to give the gem a go. I guess I'm not going to get now, but I'm going to complete the level anyway, just because I think it's interesting.
You had 36 lives.
Don't worry about it. Well, I did anyway. I guess I have to go for it again. Sorry, I had what?
You have 36 lives. You can try for
Which
this
is a
game.
pretty shameful display, honestly. I should have more. But, you know... Oh, yeah.
I imagine all boxes
Matt,
do
the
that.
box gem on this level does absolutely suck. It is probably the worst in the game, honestly. So I'm not going to, like, meticulously try and go for it here. I'm just going to give it a couple of shots. See if I can do it. Fortunately, in this game, unlike the last game, you can still die and get the box gem.
Right.
Which is nice, because some of these levels are very definitely harder. I hope I got that checkpoint right. I couldn't tell if I did.
I think you did.
Okay, good.
I couldn't really tell either.
Yeah. It is really hard to see things in this game.
Because you're moving so
in this
fast.
level, wow. Nice. Let's try that again.
You like clipped it just a little bit.
Yeah, the hitboxes on some of these rabbit things are pretty clunky, I've got to say. I mean, again, they'll cut you with those razor sharp PS1 polygons, you know.
Oh yeah, it's even sharper than a PS2 polygon.
They are, yes. And more pixelated too. Oh, wow, that snuck up on me. I hope I got everything there. I don't know if I got everything there. That was the wrong thing to do. Oh well. I feel like I'm making decent progress on that though. I am up 1 life, and I've got through most of the really obnoxious bits. There we go. We made it to the end. Let's see if I got the
GG.
gem. Yeah. You've got to be kidding me. Well. Missed one. Sailor V, I suppose.
Say lovey.
So anyway, we've now done the 3rd warp room, and we're about to do another boss.
My boy.
Nice.
Yeah, it's another new one that we see coming back in later games. It's Tiny, who has the dubious honor of being the only boss in this game that you kill by not making contact with him at all, ever.
Right.
Yeah. You jump around. It does have a sick song for it, though.
I'll cut you with my razor sharp PS1 polygon. Look at those hands, those
Oh, yeah.
claws.
So we just we jump around and let him fall a bunch. That is the sum total of hard boss fight, difficult gameplay, much WoW.
Well, I mean, like, this is an example of trying to do a platforming boss fight, right? Like, Ripperoo in the first game is clearly, like, actually, all of the first game boss fights, I think, are trying to do aspects of platforming.
Tiny just changed rhythm there. I don't know why that was really odd.
So, James, why is he called Tiny if he's so big?
It's an ironic name.
Oh, okay.
He's actually really well hung.
He's swole.
He is. So there we go. That's Tiny Tiger.
Cool.
So on to
So,
Warframe
what's his
4.
beef with us? I don't remember him from the first game.
He
Or
was not
he
in the first game. I don't know. Reasons, I guess.
Well, I mean, I guess I should say, what's his beef with Cortex?
I have no idea. He is actually working for Cortex. It's just that Cortex is telling us that... Wow. Okay, that fire goes further than I thought. It's just that Cortex is lying to us, and we are a dumb marsupial that no empathy checks. That's...
I reckon Crash should just try and unionize.
I mean... You
Get
really
some
think...
safety rails installed. Streamer Pliz, you've been streaming for 1 hour and 8 minutes. 1 hour, 8 minutes and 33 seconds. You should have
I
consumed
totally
at least
forgot to drink
39 liters of water by now.
Oh man, that's... Gosh.
You should also take this opportunity to, like, check your posture.
It's true. I should.
And make sure that you're, like...
My posture's pretty good, honestly.
Cool.
No slouching here.
I mean, it's way more of a problem if you were doing, like, 6 to 8 hour streams.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You've been live an hour. It's not
And
going to
8
kill
minutes.
you to have been sitting, let your posture slip. Posture
No, indeed.
slip a little bit.
So here we go. We have like one of these sort of monkey bar kind of things.
Yeah.
Which is just horrendously slow. The PS4 version, you have to do time trials of these, which is just revolting. Yeah, and this is slow and just awful.
The thing is, the arm, other than the fact that like you're limiting your ability to go around, the arm doesn't look like you're moving much slower than walking pace.
No, you definitely are.
I mean, I can see that you are, but it doesn't look like it's that much slower.
Yeah, I know. I can't tell if that's good or bad game design, honestly.
It's deceptive.
Yeah, it is. But that's okay.
I am always a bit sad that like Crush's hands do not line up with the marks. But that's because it's just like a texture.
Sorry, what marks?
On the bars, right? There's like a grid
right,
pattern.
I see. Yeah. So this level has yet another secret exit.
Of course.
Yeah. So we're gonna take that. We got the crystal. It's the crystal that I always forget to get because
That's a lot of extra lives.
Yes.
This really is rewarding the player for exploring.
It really is. There we go. So this takes us to yet another level. I don't remember if this is the secret level. Yeah, this is the last secret level of the game. So we're going to give this one a crack.
Cool.
So once again, this one has a gem for getting all of the boxes. I won't obsess over it too much, but I will play through the level. Oh yeah, Matt. So there's bot commands. So there's a couple of
There's
them
like
where,
2.
I mean, there's. Oh, yeah, no, it is. I think 2. So if you type exclamation mark and then one of the listed commands, it does a thing. It spits stuff out in chat. Wow, solid. Oh, yeah, I forgot I had the donate one.
You have hydrate and donate. Those
Yeah.
are your only 2s.
I thought I had 8 minutes as well. Do I not have that?
I can't see it on the commands list.
Wow, that was woeful. Right, okay. I must have missed that one. That's okay.
But that is showing me the commands that like a scrub gets to see, not the commands that I get to see.
Wow. Oh yeah, I know, Matt. It generates a random number every single time. You can summon it at will with exclamation mark hydrate or stay hydrated. I don't remember exactly what the command is. And it tells me how long I've been streaming and that I haven't consumed enough water over that period. Yeah, I think I might be.
Oh, sorry, it's stay hydrated. I have the command wrong.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I should have drunk at least 112 liters of water by now.
I mean, can you even drink the water?
Absolutely not. Do you know?
I heard
how
that
much
the water is
112
fine now.
It is. Oh, it's as in the. Yeah, no, I was talking about the volume. Yes, the
Yeah, I
water
know.
is now safe to drink. But no, there's no way.
I'm well
could
aware
drink
that if you drink 112 liters of water, you'll die.
Oh
Like,
yeah. That's,
water poisoning is a thing.
yeah, it's really terrible advice. Stay hydrated, kids, but not too hydrated.
It's always interesting because it's something that is not common enough knowledge. Like, occasionally you'll hear stories of, like, radio station had a water drinking contest and, like, killed 3 people.
Yeah, which always just strikes me as a bit odd, honestly.
I mean, you never know with those kind of stories how true they are.
I mean, who knows? I mean, there are people that have died of water poisoning from all sorts of stupid things. So, you know, it's...
Yeah.
I forgot to get the firefly. That was dumb.
The Firefly is something you could so easily miss, though.
Yeah. Now, this one I'm going to deliberately miss because there's a whole bunch of these crates that you have to body slam. And I... Oh, Lord, this is super dark. I can't remember where all of them are.
Were you trying to just flex on us, or...?
No. This is actually something you straight up have to do if you want to get the gem. There we go. There's one of them. There's another one.
According to Matt, there's only 2.
Okay, thought there was more than that. That's okay. So if we get this one, because body slamming takes time, right? And there's the other. This game is once again taking time as a dimension away from us in the form of vision, basically. Yeah, see, that's what happens if you run out of time. The fireflies just bugger off and make it really hard for you to see anything. Oh yeah, we're back here. That's fine.
I assume some of this stuff, I assume, though, has to just be documented in the manual.
You would think that, but no.
Okay.
It tells you about these enemies. It tells you that you have to slide into them. It tells you that you... Okay. I disagree, but sure thing, game.
Big F.
It tells you about jumping on TNTs, but not touching nitros, that sort of thing. But it tells you nothing about any of the secret stuff. It doesn't even tell you that this level exists, right? So there's one here. There's one somewhere around here.
I manage my own channel, but I do not manage your channel.
Right, we're gonna have to fix
A
that.
Nightbot.
Yeah, it definitely does. It's still not a massive amount of time, but you are given more time. This one, it's actually really aggressive with that time limit. And this one over here, yeah. But yeah, this firefly does not stick around for long at all. Yes, like you can see it was already running away there, and that was still fast. And then I think this is the final one. This one. I think, yeah, there we go. That's the gem.
So how many gems do we have now?
That's a good question. We'll find out next time we save, which will be just before Ruination, because that one sometimes hangs as well.
My wife is telling me to come to bed.
Nah, I was promised 11. Okay, so then digging it. Bees.
Okay, I'm being told soon.
Okay.
She will come and drag me away. She's concerned about my health. To be fair, I'm concerned about my health. Is the ooh at me? Or
I think it's aimed at you, Ben.
Okay, cool.
This has the awful box gem, doesn't it? Yeah, I am absolutely not bothering with the box gem on this level. It is obnoxious. That was woeful, but that's okay.
So the red ones duck and cover.
These actually look different. You can see they've got little thorns around them. You have to body slam those to kill them.
Right.
It does not tell you that in the menu. You just have to work that out by yourself.
I feel like you should be able to slide and think, hey, we're being raided. Thank you very much. Latta? Who's raiding with a party of 6 people.
Oh, cheers.
And someone was immediately timed out.
Cool. Great.
I assume that was because of emotes.
Oh my goodness. Woeful.
You have...
Hello people from Lat's channel. Welcome to the worst best Crash Bandicoot 2 playthrough that I will do on Twitch. How's everyone going tonight?
Yeah, Nightbot.
Oh my goodness. Could you make me not? Man, these guys suck. Now, that would be where we would take the death platform thing if I hadn't died a bunch of times in this level and been a scrub. Also,
being better at video games.
Bees. Because, reasons.
Bees.
You hopefully
I feel like you mentioned bees earlier. Did you mention bees earlier? Or
I did mention bees. That was terrible. Far too ambitious.
Big Fs.
Yeah. Yeah, I did mention bees. This is one of 2 levels that has them.
Okay.
Bees are just a mistake. Like, I'm not talking about this video game, I'm talking about in life in general.
Oh, okay.
What's up with bees, man?
Well, this is where I'd put my death platform. If I
Yeah,
had.
pretty much.
We love the memes around here.
We do love the memes around here.
Yet another gem because plot reason.
Yeah, just, stuff happens. Don't worry about it. We're underground now, because that's a thing that Crash does. If you spin on this red AstroTurf stuff, I don't know what it is. I don't know how spinning suddenly puts you under it, but there you go. That's the state of play there. Now, do I have the crystal yet? I don't. Okay, I think it's sweet. That's great.
See, this is the point where I want to remind you that you died on the first jump in Crash 1.
Yeah, this is true. In the Endsome Trilogy, I did die in the first jump.
Multiple times. Didn't you like game over on the first jump? Or something?
I did, yeah. In the
done?
Endsome Trilogy, I did, because the physics is so different. Yeah, fair enough. It is not an easy game, and Crash really does handle like a runaway tractor trailer. It's rough. So here's the secret entrance to Road to Ruin, which we're going to jump into and then not do because, you know.
Why not?
You know.
What have you got against Road to Ruin?
I mean, other than the fact that it just gets on my nerves at points. The music is, not that great. It's 2D gameplay. It's you know.
Yeah.
And
Was Road to Ruin the one where I was meant to remember the box pattern?
Yeah, because you're about to see it in Ruination. Except instead of boxes that we can spin, it's the same thing, but like with nitro crates. This game's like, you should totally, just hit nitro crates. Sorry, hit activation crates wherever you can because boxes. And then it throws a curveball at you by making your life more difficult. It is necessary to get the box gem because you've got to have the nitro crates present for them to be blown up by the detonator. But you then have to sort of platform around them. Which, if you are like bad at video games or 6, or both, is not necessarily a fun experience. Now, Cold Hard Crash has a miserable box gem that I, once again, cannot be bothered doing because there's like 155 boxes and no thank you. You have to do so much backtracking, and it's terrible. Matt, I think this is one of the ones that you said you hadn't got yet, which is fair enough.
So I noticed that the levels are numbered, right? As well
yes,
as
they are. You do not have to do them in order. I'm just doing that because I can.
Okay, I couldn't tell because I'm bad at reading if this was in order or not.
Fair enough. Yeah, I am doing them in order.
Okay.
For no reason other than I can.
Okay. Way to be a part of the establishment, man.
Indeed.
Big Bandicoot wanted you to do them in that order.
It's true. They did,
and you owe it to yourself to not do it in that order.
Yeah, well, what a fool I am.
What a fool.
Yeah, so one of the weird side effects of the sort of being able to pick between the 5 levels is, as you saw, that game overuse that I did on the first level.
Yes.
It's entirely possible, and I know that this can happen because I've done it when I was a child and rubbish at video games. You play through a level, get the crystal. This is where I would get on the death platform if I had no self-respect. But you say get through most of the level, you get the crystal, and then you game over because you're rubbish at video games and Crash is hard, right? You then go, man, I can't be bothered doing more of that level, and then go and complete another one because it's easier. You've then just gotten the crystal or gem or whatever that the game shouldn't let you have, and yet here we are. That was odd. I got stuck.
Sorry, I'm just memeing in chat because I
What
just
is
like
life
to meme
if
in
not
chat.
just a colossal opportunity to meme?
Yeah. I mean, that's really why we do this.
I mean, that's true. Wow. That's...
That's... You just walked off the edge.
That's never happened before.
What were you doing there?
Yeah, I don't know. let's try and not do that.
I would have laughed you to hit the nitro.
You mean like that? Oops. Mistakes were once again made. Oh my goodness.
Wow. You are just something today.
Yeah, I sure am. I did.
You did not
far
die
better.
this many
I
times
did
in
not
Crash
die this
1.
many times in Crash 1.
Didn't we beat that game with like 100 lives? I say
Yeah,
we,
enough.
I would think.
It was me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did actually cap it out. At, like, it caps out at 99, but yes, I'm pretty sure I did get the maximum number. You're gonna spin, my dude. Thank you.
There we
Let's just
go.
take that a little more safely. My goodness, that was far harder than it should have been. There's a box behind there that I cannot be bothered getting.
Fair. With the quality of run we've been having so far.
Yep, I figure, nah, fam. Honestly, these 3D-bits are easier. I just feel more comfortable with the analog sticks, and you really don't want to play with the analog sticks in the 2D bits because they're weird and janky.
Yeah. Now you assured me. Doubt it.
Good joke. Not even close. No, I've not actually run Crash 2 before. I've played through 1 and 3. I've never actually recorded them because I only got a capture card like 2 weeks
Last
ago.
week.
Yeah, something like that.
When I posted it to you.
Yeah. Wow. Solid.
Is the postal system still just not really working where you are?
Yeah, pretty much. It's really not great.
Cool. Well, not cool, but you know.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, at least I know where I stand. I suppose.
I once had a 6-year-old call me out so hard on the fact that I just say cool all the time. That like when I don't know what to say, I just say cool.
Sure.
I didn't know what to do. And the problem is that in that conversation where he had called me out, like after he'd done it, I still said cool like 3 times.
Fair enough. I am once again going to save because sometimes this copy of the game breaks on Ruination. I don't know why.
Right.
I posted my capture card to a friend and they discontinued that model. Right, yeah.
RIP. This was just an Elgato HD60S that I had lying around. Because why I had 2 of them, reasons.
I mean, one for each house, right?
Wow.
Something like that.
True, but hilariously, I bought it for you, and then I ended up giving it to you.
Yes. I don't actually remember how either of those 2 circumstances properly came about, but you went, James, pay me in the usual... Oh yeah, there's no platform there. Cool.
GG.
Oh, yeah, that sucks. I wish I had a fancy one like that.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Yeah, I'm currently running my PS1 into a RetroTink, which is nice, but it's just another box on my desk that I kind of want to not have to have, you know? And it would be nice if I could just sort of have the one box to rule them all, but no, it was not to be. Cool. Alright. Ben, this is the part where you're supposed to tell me, oh come on, I skipped it.
What the
That's
hell,
rubbish.
James? That's like 3 in a row.
That is 3
Come
in a
on.
row. I swear this has never happened before.
You're meant to be learning.
There we go.
I mean, it's a bit cheeky them putting that guy there because you can only defeat them by sliding into it.
Well, and I was sliding
And-
into him. It's just the game
Okay.
clearly disagree with me. Okay, so here's that pattern of boxes I was mentioning before, right? So we're just gonna hit this and admire all those nitro crates that are just dumps in your way.
Right.
Yeah. Green gem.
That
we
feels
got
like
from-
a dick move.
Yeah, this game is full of them. There's the green gem that we could jump over from there. From the eel deal, I think it was. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you probably could Snowbells, but you still end up with 2 boxes then, which is
And that's
just
the thing,
disappointing.
right? I mean, I have a retro tink because it's cheap. 129 US, I think it was. And because I am one of those poor Australian peasants, that works out to be like, I don't know,
Too much.
180. I mean, not that much. I'm prepared to spend that money to, you know, be able to play my PS1 on a screen that I actually own that is smaller than, I don't know, like Gibraltar.
Oh, cool. We're from Melbourne. Where are you from, Snowbells? Well, I say we're from Melbourne.
I mean, fair enough. If you don't care about space, then it's just, you get the cheaper option, you know? And in that case, yeah, a retro tink is a really nice thing to have. Cool.
Ah, South Australia.
Oh, nice.
My wife is from South Australia. Great place.
Okay, I really don't know what happened there. That was mind-boggling.
What are you
terrible.
doing, my
I
dude?
really don't know. I wasn't this bad last time when I was playing through the Japanese version of Crash 1. I've apparently just caught, like...
It must be the
dumb
localization, right?
It,
Like-
it must be. I'm not hearing my precious Japanese Crash and it's throwing me off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Wasn't that
true.
your first time playing Japanese Crash?
It was, and there are actually differences between the PAL version and the NTSC-J version. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll just like casually cruise through this game, no big... Okay, there's something very weird going on with that platform. I don't know what. I was holding right on the D-pad.
Are you
Do I
going
have
to
the
claim
crystal?
an Eaton
No, I
input and then I'm going to laugh at you?
No, I'm gonna claim like something really weird going on, maybe with my controller. I don't know.
Because I would love an excuse to, you know, post some salts in chat.
I mean, you're welcome to.
Implying that I wouldn't just post salts in chat.
Wow. Yeah.
Are you
they
going to game over?
They are really woeful, Matt. I mean, that would suck.
I
'cause
know we
I'm not
have
at the crystal
27
yet.
more tries, but I'm not.
Look, I mean, I'm not either. Something funky is going up. Yeah, it is. Strawberries. It's a little odd. So I played through the NTSC-J version blind, which, as well as being NTSC, so different frame rate, also has the additional funky thing of being Japanese, and they changed a bunch. What am I doing? I should pay attention. They changed a bunch of stuff.
Wait, you just sort of slid off the platform.
Oh yeah, they are really no bueno.
But you slid off the opposite direction to the platform's travel.
Don't worry about it, Ben. Platform physics. But yeah, like I still breeze through the NTSC-J version. I just don't know what is up with me today. I am playing terribly.
You are.
Oh, there we go. Finally.
Wow. Don't say finally until the last platform's done.
Well, yeah, I mean that was really foolish. Now I think about it. What? Okay.
What a scrub.
He doesn't hit you there apparently. The things we learn when we're bad at video games. Okay, there we go. We're on that one. And we're on that one. And then if I could not choke, that'd be great. Okay, we now have the crystal, so even if it all goes completely wrong from here, I can still actually get it without finishing the level, because Q&A. QA, I
Right.
mean, not Q&A.
QA. So I'm guessing you can't, like, be a shit and, like, exit to menu at this point. You do have to do some funky stuff.
I don't know if you have to exit to menu or if you have to game over or what, but I found it out as a kid that you get it from game overing, so I don't know. I'm just being remembered. I grew up in Bell and used. Yeah, fair enough. I found Ratchet and Clank 2 a challenge for me, just because the physics and the everything feel really different in that game. Going from PAL, which I played on as a kid, and the NTSC version, which you play on to speedrun, and yeah, it really messes with you.
Honestly, I'm too much of a casual scrub lord to ever notice the difference.
Fair, yeah. Yeah, I had a muscle memory problem when I played the Insane Trilogy. My fingers are so used to the original Crash 1 physics even though it's bad, I know what it's supposed to feel like, and all of the levels suddenly just not quite handling the same was really challenging. Like, what am I doing? I need to pay attention. But like, as Ben mentioned before, I had like game overed on the first jump of the game, because my muscle memory was just that messed up by the physics. Fair enough. I've never actually emulated any of the PS1 games for any serious length of time. I've like sort of emulated them here and there just for the novelty value to see if it works. Wow, that was cool. Check out that sweet death animation, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turns out Bandicoots are allergic to bees in this universe.
That reminds me of that one Crash game, the car racing one.
Which one, my
Not the
dude? There's
good
like
car
three.
racing one.
Again, which one?
Is it the one with the fusions?
Crash Tag Team Racing.
Yeah. How there was there were like so many different unique deaths in that game.
Yeah,
I made a real joke out.
There's like 31 or something. I have the hell of a cut.
Make sure you've drank 31 liters of water.
Oh, well, that's down from 112 from before, which is good.
That's good.
I don't know how I would have gotten 112, you know.
I mean, you can always do the jank thing of just like point a phone at a TV.
Yeah, I mean, for a while, some of the world record runs in like Ratchet 2 were actually just straight up a phone pointed at a TV. So like, it is not without precedent.
Apparently, Zem kind of misses the days of that kind of
That
jankness.
sort of thing being the standard, yeah.
True.
I mean, that's
it's
fair.
hard having standards.
I am with you, my dude. Sometimes it hurts if you care too much.
I mean, what, you've put how many hours of effort into your stream setup, and
we don't talk about
Strawbells is like the only viewer we've had that we don't actually know.
We don't talk about that. So we're just going to grab that purple gem and immediately duck out, because you don't need to complete that bit to get it.
Nice. GG.
But yeah, once again, just like the game is like, oh yeah, don't jump on nitro crates, that's bad for you. And then it's like, hey man, jump on some nitro crates to get a purple gem, don't worry about it. Yeah, Strawbells, neither Ben nor I actually take streaming seriously whatsoever. We just figure that it's something to do whilst we're in lockdown, you know? We both have this idea that it would be cool one day if, oh my god, if
We really want the
bought us a
internet
pizza.
to buy us a pizza.
That's the thing, right? Partner, do not care. But the idea that we could sort of sit there and have someone, like a couple of people sub such that we can buy a pizza, that's like an appealing prospect, purely because the internet buys us a pizza. But beyond that, eh.
Hashtag life goals.
Yeah.
It's such a silly thing to like talk about.
I think this is the part of the stream where I'm supposed to tell you about Raid Shadow Legends or something. I don't know, man. I'm new to this. Oh my goodness. Could I maybe not?
Fair.
Yeah, that's fair. I just wanted something to do to, you know, keep my mind off things.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a more entertaining format to like watch other people play games.
Compared to what? Playing them yourself?
Well, I mean, obviously playing them yourself is way more enjoyable. But I don't know if you've ever noticed this. I suck at sitting down next to someone and watching them play a video game.
I am aware.
But I spend literally hours a day on Twitch.
Yeah.
I think it's the chat. The chat like adds this
Oh my goodness.
extra aspect for me. Oh, good God.
Yeah,
You are so bad
I
today.
am really choking up today. This is woeful.
I've
no, Matt,
never
I
seen
have
you be
actually
this
already
bad.
done that. I do have the purple gem. Oh my
When
goodness. I'm spinning way
we
too
started this, you were bragging that like, yeah, of course we'll be done by 11 o'clock, Ben. You'll
early. Wow.
definitely get
It's
to go to
3
bed.
This is...
And it's
lost
looking like I'm pretty
many
sure you're not going to
lozenges.
finish the game in the next 3 minutes, and I'm going to have to like bounce.
No, funnily enough, I don't think I am going to have this finished in the next 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I am ashamed. I have brought dishonor upon my family.
You must commit honorable Sudoku.
Yeah, yeah.
And now is when you should like fade out and play some Zena Sudoku, like total fake out. This was all a ploy. Well, we got the gem at least.
Yeah, Strawbells, I'm with you. Like, if I'm going to start playing a game like Crash 2, I'm playing it the whole way through.
Yeah. I too have been using it as a way to not cop out on finishing games. Like, I started playing Rack 2 casually the other day, and I just never finished.
Cool.
What the hell?
Yeah. That's great.
That's fucked.
Yeah, yeah. I'm blaming the game. That's the game's fault. I just straight up disagree with that decision. It was wrong. It happens.
Fair. Yeah, it is.
It is, and I think that's actually a really good thing.
So do I. I think so many things are so accessible.
That's some frames there.
Like, we were watching someone like just do some cooking on Twitch earlier today. Like me and my wife.
Sure.
And I was just
okay.
explaining like what Twitch streaming is to her, and watching cooking made her understand it in a way that watching like a GDQ just didn't.
Yeah, fair enough.
But it is
All
11 o'clock, so I like super
fair.
gotta bounce unless you can tell me you're gonna be done in 5 minutes.
I can't guarantee 5 minutes, but I can guarantee you there's a boss fight now, so, you know, that's something.
Okay, I'll watch the boss fight
enough.
and then I'll leave.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all of these games are pretty unforgiving, really, Struggles. Like, I love almost all of them. There are some that I could certainly do with forgetting about. But, like, of the PS1 and early PS2 games, they're pretty solid.
I've never actually played Rayman, like any of them, even the remakes. Have you, James? I like own Legends, but I've just never gone around to playing them.
I played through all of 2. I played through some of 3 and most of 1.
Really? That is brutal.
Yeah, back in the days of, like, Nintendo... Oh, good, we're not broken. Yeah, back in the days of, like, hard gameplay.
It took game designers a long time to realize that they weren't charging for quarters. You know, it wasn't
That's
pay per
exactly
play.
right, yeah. I mean, one of the things that I think is actually really nice about the new Crash game that's coming out is that they are just straight up going, like, there is the new modern mode. You don't have to play with lives. You could just keep restarting from the checkpoint.
I think that's good.
I think it is too. I will play with retro mode because I want the additional challenge. Not that it's likely to actually challenge me at all. Or at least
But it should be like choosing permadeath in a Fire Emblem game.
I was actually thinking Minecraft, but yeah, I guess Fire Emblem works too. If you want to be a weeb about it.
Look, every year that passes, I become more and more of a weeb. Like, a decade ago, I was like none-weeb, and now I'm some weeb. And before long, I fear I will be total weeb.
Oh, wow. That was atrocious. Yeah, so Strawbells, I should probably fill you in at this point. James Pinkhair is actually Matt. He calls himself James Pinkhair, mostly, I think, to confuse me, because once upon a time, I, James, had pink hair, and he just showed up in chat one day.
But he showed up in my chat, which was what was to make it
which
even
really, really threw us off.
confusing. It was great the other week when we're like, who is this?
Because I'd completely forgotten about it, because it had been, game, please. Oh, there we go.
Months.
Yeah, and I just totally forgotten that was even a thing.
But yeah, that was not playtesting things enough was like a real problem of this era.
I mean, the game over 5 times isn't really a problem specifically with playtesting. That's game design more than anything else.
Yeah. But like playtesting would have shown that like this is bad game design.
You'd think so, and yet they don't always necessarily do that. Oh, sorry, someone's at my door.
It's 11 o'clock. Can you
so I'm going to be quiet now.
Okay. Well, it's 11 o'clock. So, fair.
I mean, yes.
Like me, you get very animated and loud. Unlike me, you don't have a half a house between you and other people.
This is very true.
Yeah. What was the game where, like, the game director, like, made a point of the fact that he didn't play games? I think maybe it was Shenmue. Like, the designer, like, doesn't play video games. But, yeah. Anyway, I would love to stay with you till the end.
Yeah, that's
but,
fair
like,
enough.
I gotta bounce.
Yep, fair.
Have a good evening. Good luck on the run.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sure you won't game over unless it's intentional. But
Too
who
late.
knows? You're playing like horseshit anyway.
It's true.
So yes, bye.
Yeah, see you later, Ben. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm not even going to get the box gem in this. Wow. Oh man. So who's hyped for the new Crash game? Yeah, man, it really does. I am, oh my goodness, I am heckin' excited for it. I've been waiting an awful long time for a new Crash game, and we finally have one. Well, I mean, we will finally have one. We don't have it yet, technically. Alright, there we go. There is, of course, the death platform that I would be doing if I wasn't rubbish at this video game at the moment. Also, you can spin those orbs away. I don't know if that was something they intended, but you can. Kind of neat. forgot they do that. Let's try to not do that again. Yeah, it's actually called the Howie screen. It has an official name. It's like the, oh my goodness, what's the name of the really famous scream? I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, you know the one. I don't remember what it's called. Oh yes, the Wilhelm scream. Thank you. Yeah. Also, hi Blaine. I have no idea who you are, but welcome to the chat. Yeah, it's a stock sound that they use, the Howie scream, and it appears in like a bunch of stuff, not just this game. Alright, so here we have the best music in the game. Yeah, and I have to remember the controls on the PS1 version. Do I get up? Oh, yes. Mike is a bit quiet? Okay. I will fix that. How's that? I'm trying to talk relatively quietly because there are other people in my house that are trying to sleep. Yeah, Matt, it is a pretty killer game. I would really love to have like a remastered version for the PS4 or something. I think that'd be sweet. Well, that was careless. I think that should be the gem. No, I missed one. Oh well. Alright, it's 23 of 25 done. 2 left. Yeah, Blaine, it's a pretty fantastic game. So did you play like all of the original Crash game or just this or what? Fair enough. Are you excited for the duel? And that is the last of the good music for this game, unfortunately. Oh yeah, Matt, there's a very noticeable difference in difficulty. The original is just so much more janky than the remaster. Like, the physics have been tightened up. It's all just way slicker in the new games. And like, people still wonder about how, like, oh, this game is so hard in the remaster. Like, yeah, it is, but not as hard as the original. Wow. Yeah, that's fair point. I really enjoy the new ones, but I still keep coming back to these old ones too. Matt, I don't know if it'll be a speedrun as such, but I'll certainly play through it on stream before the new Crash game drops. That'll probably be next week. Alrighty, that is our final level of the game, and the most boring and underwhelming Crash final boss ever. Chase and spin. Oh my goodness. There we go. And there we go. That is Crash Bandicoot 2.
Haven't seen the last of me, Crash Bandicoot!
Indeed, we have not. Yeah, anyway, that's going to call it there, folks. Thank you, thank you. Oh, yeah, no, that fun
What
boss fight is
happened to
bizarre.
Cortex?
No,
what about the
Deep Crash
Cortex
Bandicoot lore.
vortex? It's still up
Coco has her
there.
laptop working again, but still no battery. Go figure. 90s video games, man. Gotta love it. Anyway, I'm going to head to bed. Thank you all for coming out and dropping in. It's been swell having you here. I'm planning on streaming again probably next Sunday. Don't know exactly what time. It'll be Crash 3. I'll be playing through casually speedy-ish, I guess. So if you're interested, come and check it out. Thanks for all dropping in.